Hi everybody, welcome back to the greatest films of 1991. We're ranking them one by one. So far I have this going on. We have the category Memories Are Better, and that's what's in there. We have Guilty Pleasure, and that's what's in there. You can't really see it because my video here is blocking the view, but a little preview of the what a movie titles, and then we have the classic category, which are movies that are just that. Classic films. If you want to see me talk more in depth about all of these titles and how they wound up in these categories, you can go back through my channel, and there's also a playlist that I created where I have them all, conveniently put in to one little pack for you to listen or watch in order if you wish. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so now we can get to it. So I have the movie Out for Justice playing in the background here, because it is the next one on the docket. The docket, is that what they say? I think that's what they say. So Out for Justice is a Steven Seagal film. It came out in the middle of his heyday. There was a period of, I don't know what it was. It was a pretty long run. I think his movie Above the Law came out in, I want to say 90? If not 88, 89, so late 80s, early 90s, and he just had a run of hit. He was one of the names in action, along with Jean-Claude Van Damme, as well as a lot of the other heavy hitters that were dominating the box office still at the time, like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, and the list goes on and on. Seagal was A tier, I want to say. I mean, some people would say B tier. I mean, I'd say, okay, so if you got Arnold Schwarzenegger in the box office, he was bringing in, that's obviously A tier. So yeah, B tier would be Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme. And then you had the C tier and the D tier and direct-to-video action stars. And there was a lot of them at the time as well. Out for Justice was set in Brooklyn, New York. I believe it was Brooklyn. It was definitely New York. He plays a cop, as he often does. And there are a few memorable things about this movie, what sets it apart. It's a very, very intense action movie. It's more of a crime film. It has more in common with crime slash action crime slash gangster films of the time than it does like your average action movie. It's definitely more of a crime gangster film than Above the Law, Marked for Death, other films like that. Like I said, he's playing cops in all of these, with the exception of Under Siege, where he's like a military guy, sushi chef, or not sushi chef, but a chef on a boat, where he's skilled with a knife and stuff like that. He's either a cop or a military guy, this Seagal is. And in this one, he's a cop, but he's a cop who plays by his own set of rules. He walks around in regular clothes, but he's got like the badge on the chain, and everybody knows his name in town, and he's respected and feared, respected by the right people, feared by the right people. And this movie is about basically William Forsythe, who's one of the greatest villains on screen, I think, in this movie. He's a psychopath, and he will make you, very much like Robert Loggia in Lost Highway, rethink any form of road rage that you might have inside of you, because there is a scene in here featuring one woman's road rage that doesn't end too well. And it always, it's the kind of scene that makes you think. But this guy, he's wacky. He's a psycho. So he is very unpredictable, and he's like shouting and screaming and flying off the entire movie, and shooting people and hitting people, and just like, what is this guy gonna do? What is this guy not gonna do? So anyway, he launches the plot by murdering somebody who is close to Steven Seagal, another cop. So Steven Seagal has to investigate this for the rest of the movie. It's kind of a revenge film, and he's trying to find this guy and inevitably kill him, more so than take him in. And it's just scene after scene of him looking for William Forsythe, beating the shit out of guys who get in his way as he's interrogating them. It's a really great hard-boiled crime film. In my opinion, it's the best movie that Seagal was ever a part of. The highlight of the film is, I'd say, William Forsythe, but Seagal is also well, Seagal's the same in every movie. I guess that was the one. If you had to pick a flaw as him, for him as a movie star, it would be that you're showing up to a Seagal movie to see Steven Seagal be Steven Seagal. Jean-Claude Van Damme at least gave an attempt from time to time to play characters. All right, before I get back into what I was just talking about, I just want to share with you guys this. I found this video on YouTube. It says, just to let you know, if you want to look it up yourself, it's amazing. It could take the place of like a Yule log video during Christmas time, which, it is actually right now. But it's a video on YouTube labeled Out for Justice Full Movie. And then when you click on it, it hits a point in the scene at the bar where where it just starts looping him fighting with pool sticks with this guy. Now check this out. I'm gonna put the sound on, and you even get the sound. It's just looping it over and over again, so you can just have it on the background as the pool stick fight happens. Over and over again. The fight that never ends. The never-ending Seagal fight. I swear, it never stops. And that guy keeps screaming about making the eye comment over and over again. I'm sorry. I had to share this because this is it's just so genius. Like I don't have this movie on Blu-ray or anything, so I wanted something playing in the background, and every now and then YouTube will have something that I could just put on, so I assumed that, okay, this is it. I did think it was a little fishy that it started at the opening of him going into the bar to interrogate these fellas, which it's arguably one of the best scenes in the movie, where it just explodes into an all-out brawl. He puts a cue ball in a shirt or something and swings around and is hitting guys with it, and then there's the pool stick fight. I'm telling you, this is definitely his best movie. A lot of people will say Under Siege. If you're getting into that debate of what the best Seagal movie is, I know that he is a controversial figure, to say the least. But if you're seeing past that and you're just looking at the movies that were coming out in that, I'm trying to think, 5 or 6 year run, 7, I don't know, something like that. Like I said, 88, 89 to he started to run out of steam in 94, maybe 94. But he was still doing movies theatrically all the way into the late 90s. He did that movie with DMX. He did the Keenan Ivory Wayans movie. The serial killer movie, which is really great. I'm trying to think of the name of that now. The Glimmer Man, that was actually good. And his infamously divisive directorial effort, which is not Fire Down Below. I think it's On Deadly Ground. But anyway, it's an interesting little marathon to go through if you ever want to check out the Steven Seagal movies again. And but this scene, unfortunately, is not really in Out for Justice. There is a resolution to this pool stick fight, and yes, Mr. Seagal does win, as he always wins, because that's in his contract. He doesn't want to be in a movie, at least he didn't, where he doesn't win. He hated the idea of executive decision when they kill him. Oh, I don't want to spoil anything for executive decision, but if you see that movie and you're expecting to see Steven Seagal throughout the entire film, good luck with that one. But he was very pissed when he found out that that's what they were going to do to him. And then, of course, he finally, as his career was definitely lower than it was in the beginning, he agreed to die and play the villain, which he also didn't want to ever play the villain, in the Machete feature-length film that Robert Rodriguez did. He's the villain in that movie, and he does perish in that film. But anyway, back to Out for Justice. You also have Juliana Margulies in the cast. She's early pre-ER Juliana Margulies, and I'm trying to think if there's anybody else of note in the cast, like William Forsythe, Juliana Margulies, Steven Seagal. There's a lot of great actors in this movie. A lot of them come off very naturalistic and real, like they're people in the neighborhood type of thing. I mean, they're all actors, but definitely underrated crime slash gangster film. This is the first movie. This is the first time I ever heard the Beastie Boys song, No Sleep Till Brooklyn. I think it might have been... It wasn't new at the time. I think it had already come out, I think. They play it multiple times in this movie, which is the only reason why in my head I'm thinking this movie takes place in Brooklyn, because they keep playing that damn song. And that song's great. I love that song. And it's almost like, oh, where are we? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, Brooklyn. I forgot. And they just keep playing this song, and it's great. It's a nice theme song for the movie. And there's a part with a dog that always sticks in my head. That it's like a cruel thing with the dog, for people who don't like to see that. But just to let you know, it's not one of those things where, an animal dies and then it's just, like a John Wick thing. It's the animal actually gets revenge on the guy at the end of the movie, in literally the last shot of the movie. And I don't know how much I should spoil or anything, but there is a guy who's very unkind to a dog, a puppy. And then at the end, the dog gets his vengeance in a very hilarious way. So this movie is, like I said, hard-boiled, gruesome at times, just as high with the violence, especially in terms of stuff involving William Forsythe and the cruelty that. And just, he's a rabid dog, this guy. That's what makes him such a memorable villain. But William Forsythe is like unhinged in a lot of the movies he's in. Just like pick any movie. I just saw The Substitute again, and he's a good guy in that movie, and he's unhinged and wild and fucking flying off, and just you never know what he's gonna do. There's a scene where in that movie where he's like just letting a guy kick the shit out of Tom Berenger, who's like the good guy in that movie, the hero, his ex-boss, just to get the satisfaction because he's pissed at him. It's like, I'm gonna let this guy kick the shit out of Tom Berenger, and then I'll kill him. And then they're friends again, and he's a good guy for the rest of the movie. But yeah. So anyway, this movie's a blast for people who like action movies. If you can get past your feelings of Seagal as a person or any of the stuff you've heard about him, and just like appreciate the film, this is a really good movie because it's there is a lot more going on with the cast. Like there's more than just Seagal that's good about this movie, which you can't say about all of the movies because he puts himself front and center in a lot of the movies he's in, and it's rarely about the cast, with the exception of, I actually think that's why people love Under Siege so much. And another thing that's really common, it seems, in Seagal movies is he picks great villains. Above the law, you have not above the law. Hard to Kill, you have the character actor. Why can I never think of his name? The one who plays the Grim Reaper in Bogus Journey, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. William something. Oh, my mind, it's early. I can't think of it, but I know this guy. I love this guy. Put his name and its picture on the screen, please. Thank you very much. He's great in Hard to Kill, memorable. Under Siege, of course, you got the duo of Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey, freaking wild and crazy and just eating the scenery, and every scene they're in just like bah, 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 bah. And one of the good things about Seagal is for the ego that he does have of needing to save the day, not wanting to die, not wanting to play the villain, things like that. He's not against letting a villain potentially upstage him, because I think he believes that villains are supposed to be loud. They're supposed to be hated, and they're supposed to be reveling in their evil ways. And then Seagal can come in and farg them up and just like save the day, And I like that because Under Siege, best thing about Under Siege, Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey. Best thing about Out for Justice, William Forsythe. It is a well-rounded film, though. Like there is a lot of good about Out for Justice. It's not like everything else sucks and William Forsythe is just the greatest. It's pretty balanced, which is good. But so yeah, that's Out for Justice. They're still fighting with the pool sticks. They're going to be fighting for a while. Let me just see if anything has changed or resolved itself in any way. You never know. It's been a little bit. It could be. Let's see here. Yeah. No, they're still talking about the eyes, and they're slapping each other with the pool sticks. Okay. So anyway, Out for Justice. They're going to be at that for a while, so I wouldn't worry about them. Out for Justice. There's that infamous D category that doesn't mean anything. I just keep forgetting to delete it, and I'll probably continue to forget it because my brain works that way, or doesn't work that way, whichever way you want to look at it. So is it a memories or better? Out for Justice. Let's see. No, absolutely not. It's not a memories better. Is it a guilty pleasure? Now, I've gone into this before, but I don't believe in the term guilty pleasure. What it means for me, guilty pleasure, is just like, hey, it's just, I needed something underneath What a Movie. And if I do this again, if I go through the 92 films, which I would love to do, I'll probably come up with a different name for that, probably. But so it doesn't mean like a lesser film. It just means like if you like a lot of, if people like think a film is like so bad it's good, it would go there. But also if you just really love a film but you don't know where to put it, or it's just like classically not thought of in any of those top ways, you just don't know where to put it, guilty pleasure. Nothing against the films. I love all the movies that are in the guilty pleasure category. I truly do. But Out for Justice is better than that. So I'm actually going to put Out for Justice in What a Movie. I'm not quite ready to put Out for Justice in classic just yet. I'm actually planning on watching Out for Justice again. I see it every year or two. It seems like I do watch this movie quite a bit, but I haven't seen it now, I think, in like 2 years. So I'm going to watch it again. And after that viewing, we'll see if it bumps up. It's definitely not going to bump down. Out for Justice I've seen too many times for it to ever bump down from What a Movie. But it is What a Movie. When I think of Out for Justice, I think of it, in the category with Last Boy Scout. Let me see here. What else do I have here? Sorry. Oh, yeah. In the category with Ricochet and, body parts in the horror side of things. Addams Family I wound up putting there because I haven't seen it in a while, and I always remember being more fond of Addams Family Values, its sequel. So I figured, but you can't deny the brilliance of Addams Family and just the timing of it all, and it's just a well executed film. So it's just like sometimes if you can't deny it, then you gotta, which nobody can deny. It's What a Movie. You have to put it in What a Movie. So that's it. That's it for today, folks. Thanks so much for hearing me ramble. I hope you agree with some of my views. And have an amazing life, one of the best lives you've ever had in your entire life. Thank you so much for your time, and I love you all, and goodbye.